Starving.
Starving. Very good. Tell me about this.
I haven't eaten for days.
Mm-hmm. Are you male or female?
Male.
Mm-hmm. How old are you there?
Maybe 30s.
Mm-hmm. Take a look at yourself. What do you look like?
Very gaunt.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more. Look down at your feet.
Not wearing any shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Clothes are very ragged.
Mm-hmm. Look at your head, your face. What does it look like?
My head is shaved.
Mm-hmm.
Very dirty.
Mm-hmm.
There's people all around. Same way.
Mm-hmm. All the people look the same?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What do they call you in this place?
Mikhail?
Mikhail. Mm-hmm. Where are you?
Some kind of a prison.
Mm-hmm. Let's find out more. I'd like for you to begin to walk around and describe to me what you're seeing, what you're experiencing.
Sadness.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows why they're there.
Mm-hmm. Are you indoors or outdoors?
I'm outdoors now.
Mm-hmm. So look around you. What does this place look like?
Like some kind of prison.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more. Keep going.
There's just barbed wire fence.
Mm-hmm.
There's guards with guns.
Mm-hmm. Tell me
Just
more.
people everywhere.
Mm-hmm. So let's move to the next important scene, Mikhail. I want you to close this one and go to the next scene. Where are you now?
I'm in a room. We're stuffed in here.
How many are there with you?
Too many to count.
Mm-hmm. What's happening in this room?
I don't know, but I'm hoping it's the end.
Mm-hmm. What does this room look like? Look up.
It's just a stone room.
Mm-hmm.
No windows.
What happens?
Pipes. There's vents.
Mm-hmm.
They could just close the doors. People are crying.
Mm-hmm. What happens next?
Something's you can hear gas.
Mm-hmm.
Smell something. People are coughing.
So I want you to focus on how you're feeling physically when this is happening.
Scared.
Mm-hmm.
Very scared, but ready. I'm ready. This is it. I want to go.
Mm-hmm. Connect with your emotions. What emotions are you feeling as this is happening?
Frustration. I don't know what I did. Don't know why this happened.
What is it that you're thinking about at this moment?
What I could have done different.
Mm-hmm. So, Mikhail, I want you to go ahead and follow this and tell me what's happening with your body as this gas is coming in. Notice what's happening.
I can't breathe.
Mm-hmm. And when you can't breathe, notice how your body is feeling. Notice how your lungs are reacting. Mm-hmm.
I can't breathe.
Notice what's happening with your throat.
My throat is it's on fire.
It's on fire. What's happening in your brain?
Scared.
Mm-hmm. So as you're feeling this, what's going on through your mind? What are these thoughts that's going through?
I'm ready to go.
All right. So I want you to go to the last moment when you're feeling your body on fire, your lungs on fire. What is the last thought you think about as you leave this body?
I'm never coming back.
Mm-hmm. Never coming back. Very good. What happens next?
I see light.
Mm-hmm.
I see my family.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about this?
I miss them.
Mm-hmm. So as you look back at this lifetime that you just lived, what was the purpose?
To feel that frustration.
Mm-hmm.
To know that sometimes we can't control everything.
Mm-hmm. So how is that experience now affecting the life of Sheldon? Mm-hmm.
Trying not to control everything.
Mm-hmm.
Let things go the way they need to go.
When Sheldon is doing things in his life, in the one he's incarnated now, is there anything from that lifetime that's holding him back?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Identify that. What is that?
Doesn't want to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
Wants to keep quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Live his life in peace.
Mm-hmm. So let's find out how it is that Mikhail got into that situation. I'm going to count from 5 to 1, and I want you to go back to that same lifetime of Mikhail before you were in that prison. Let's find out what you were doing. 5, going through time and space now. 4, 3, going back. 2, and 1. Mikhail, where are you?
I'm on a farm.
Mm-hmm. Tell me what you do on this farm.
Looks like I have a couple of cows.
Mm-hmm. Is this your farm?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have a family.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
I have 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
They're 8 years old and 10 or 11 years old.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to just look into their eyes for a moment. The eyes are the window to the soul. Do you recognize those children's eyes in the lifetime of Sheldon? Have you seen them before?
Yeah, yes.
Mm-hmm. So, Mikhail, who else is there?
My wife.
Mm-hmm. Do you recognize those eyes?
No.
Very good. So let's see what happens next. Mikhail, I want you to go to the point in your life when things begin to change.
I was working out on the field. And I came home and my family was gone.
So I want you to feel that. Where do you feel that?
Confused,
Mm-hmm.
upset. My neighbor said some guards came and took them.
What happens next?
I go looking for them.
Mm-hmm.
They won't tell me where they are.
Notice this place where you live. What country is this?
Budapest, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Hungary?
Yes. What happens next?
They grab me. I'm hoping I get to take into with my wife and kids.
Mm-hmm. Go to the next moment.
I'm on a train. I don't see my family anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They keep telling me I'm going to meet them.
Mm-hmm. Who's telling you this?
The guards.
Mm-hmm. How does this make you feel, knowing you're going to see your family?
I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. What happens next?
The train stops and we get unloaded into this camp, this prison.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't find my family.
So as you're looking for your family, what are you saying to yourself?
I shouldn't have trusted those guards.
Mm-hmm. What happens next?
I try to find my family and get into a fight with a guard.
Mm-hmm. What happens in this fight?
I get beat up pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. Notice what part of your body is beat up.
All over.
Mm-hmm. Keep going. What happens
I'm
next?
so thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a hospital or a bed of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other prisoners is trying to help me.
Keep going.
Just in a lot of pain,
Mm-hmm.
frustrated.
So as you're feeling this pain and frustration, I want you to notice how it's affecting the lifetime of Sheldon now.
So heartbroken.
Mm-hmm. So in this heartbreaking, notice how it affects his relationships. Has Mikhail made any vows, any decisions in that life about family?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What is that?
Not gonna let that happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna let somebody take my family.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna have a family that somebody can take.
Mm-hmm. So in making these decisions, how does that affect the life of Sheldon, vowing to not have a family?
Safer.
Mm-hmm.
Not as many worries.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So let's go once again to that last day of your life, understanding how these decisions that you were making affects the lifetime of Sheldon. And I want you to notice if anything happened to your soul during this process. Did you lose a part of your soul in that life?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Where is it? Where is this soul? Where is this peace?
Someplace where I'll never need it.
Mm-hmm. Notice where it is. Where have you put that sliver of your soul?
Back on the farm.
Mm-hmm. And how is that affecting Sheldon? Having this piece of his soul missing. Notice how it's affecting his heart, his body.
It's frustrating.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for your spirit to talk to that part of your soul. Talk to that personality of Mikhail. And tell him that it's safe in the light. That it's safe to reunite with the whole. What does Mikhail say?
Doesn't believe me.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to convince him. Convince him to go with you as your full soul to the light. Tell him about his family there. What does he say?
He agrees to come check it out.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So go ahead and wrap your arms around him. Make him feel loved and appreciated. And tell me what happens.
Comes with me.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So as he comes with you, I want you to see how this affects your heart. How does your heart feel?
More complete.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to strike the tuning fork for the heart. And I'd like for you to come up with a color that represents healing for it. What color do you see as a healing color for your heart?
Green.
Beautiful. So take a moment now to fill your heart with green. And as your heart is filled, I want you to send the green to the rest of your body. As the heart pumps, send the green healing to the rest of your body. And tell me what's happening with your heart.
It's expanding.
Mm-hmm. So expand that love. Expand the green and just wrap yourself in a blanket of green. And tell me when that's done.
It's done.
Very good. So then now that Mikhail soul has gone to the light, I want you to notice the changes that you have felt in your body. What do you notice different?
Warmer.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So let's find out a little bit about the kidneys now. I'd like for you to scan your body and see what's going on with the kidneys. You could zoom in as if you had a microscope with your spiritual eyes and notice what's happening there. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
They look fine.
You look fine. Very good. So let's follow where the stone comes from, where these stones are made. I want you to begin to feel where the stones are being made.
It's thoughts.
Mm-hmm. So as I count from 5 to 1, I want you to follow those thoughts. And I want you to just say it out loud. 5. Begin to say the thoughts. 4. What thoughts are coming up?
What
3.
am I gonna do?
What am I going to do? 3. Keep going.
Where am I going?
Where am I going? 2. And 1. What is the thought that keeps drumming out?
It's just where am I going?
Where am I going? So I want you to begin to repeat that phrase and follow it back to the origin. Allow your soul to take you to when that first began. Just keep saying it out loud. Where am I going?
Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going?
Mm-hmm.
Where am I going? Where am I going?
Feel it.
Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I
Yes.
going? Just see myself in college.
Okay. So notice what's happening in college.
Just frustrated.
Mm-hmm. Yes, keep going.
Just not knowing what I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna go. If I'm doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm. What's happening as you're thinking these thoughts?
Just can't decide.
Mm-hmm.
Frustration. unknown.
Very good. So let's go back to the origin of when this has happened before, when you feel so frustrated, not knowing what you're going to do, feeling the frustration. I'm going to count from 5 to 1, and we're going to follow the origin of where this is coming from. 5, feel that frustration. 4, make it even stronger now. Even if you think you're making it up, go to the origin. 3, it feels like what? Where's this frustration coming from? 2, and 1. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Where are you?
I'm in a desert.
Tell me.
Walking somewhere.
Look down at your feet. What do you look like?
I have sandals. I have a cloak, like a cloak thing on.
Yes. Feel the sand. Feel the sun on you.
I can't see.
Notice why you can't see. What's going on?
I was enforcing rules.
Yes. Keep going.
Rounding up people.
Yes.
That didn't have my beliefs.
What happens? Who are these people?
There were people that were following a traitor. He was leading them away.
And what is your role?
To stop this. But I was just blinded.
Tell me about that. Tell me about this blindness.
Jesus.
Tell me what's happening. Go on. What's happened to you?
He asked why I was killing his people.
He was killing the people.
He asked why I was killing his people.
You asked why, and what happened when you asked why?
He asked me why.
Okay.
And I said, because they're not following our ways.
What happened next?
He blinded me.
Notice what he used.
He's like a spirit. Just waved his hand.
Yes. What happens?
I have to find somebody.
Yes, keep going. Notice how your body is feeling.
Scared. Frustrated.
Yes. Notice what's happening to your body as you're so blinded and scared. Feel it.
Trying to figure out what I should do. I have people with me that are guiding me.
Yes. What happens next?
I have to find this priest.
Keep going.
And if I am worthy, I will get my sight back.
Mm-hmm. These beliefs that you have, are they the ones that you were trying to enforce?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So what happens?
Find the priest.
Mm-hmm.
These people want to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
I tell them about my run-in with Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And the priest believes me.
Mm-hmm. Were you walking with Jesus in that life?
No,
Mm-hmm.
I just saw Jesus. He just appeared.
Okay. So what happens after you tell this priest?
Well, Yahweh, I think, is what I
Mm-hmm.
call him.
Yes.
He asked me if I now believe. And I say yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he puts some oil on his hands, rubs them over my eyes. And says some prayers.
Mm-hmm.
They put some wrap over my eyes for a day. And when I remove them, remove the wrap, I can see.
Mm-hmm. So what happens after this?
I know I've been doing the wrong thing all this time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very sad.
Mm-hmm.
I've killed a lot of people.
So notice how this is feeling in your body, knowing that you killed all these people. How is this weighing on you?
Asking for forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
The people still don't trust me.
Mm-hmm.
The priest does, but he wants me to meet with other people.
Go on.
So we travel. We meet with others. They again do not trust me.
Mm-hmm.
The priest shares my story. And they start to come around. The leaders do.
Mm-hmm.
I ask what I can do to prove myself. I work with them to help people understand.
Very good. So let's go to the last day of your life in that lifetime. Close this scene and go to the last day and tell me where you are.
I'm in prison again.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cold.
What's happened?
I've been sentenced to death for believing.
Notice which belief you're sentenced for. The one you killed people for, or the one with the priests?
The one with the priests.
Mm-hmm.
They know I've changed sides.
Yes.
And I've been recruiting people.
So how is that making you feel?
Sad
Mm-hmm.
for these people that don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to do whatever I need to do for my savior.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to just go to the last moment of your life in that lifetime. What's happening with your body?
I'm numb.
Mm-hmm. What's causing this numbness?
I'm just
Look at your
done. I'm
body.
done.
Mm-hmm. Look at the condition of your body.
I'm all dirty,
Mm-hmm.
cut up,
Mm-hmm.
been whipped.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna behead me.
So I'd like for you to go to the last moment right before.
I'm about to be beheaded
Mm-hmm. Where are you?
on this. What do you go? Kind of a table thing.
Mm-hmm. And notice who's with you.
Just guards around me.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to feel your body. What's happening with your body physically as you are ready to be beheaded? Notice what it's feeling.
I'm asking for forgiveness for these people.
Mm-hmm. And notice what emotions are coming up.
Love
Mm-hmm.
of Yahweh.
Mm-hmm. And get to the moment in which your head is taken off. What happens there?
I see the light.
Mm-hmm.
I see Yahweh. I see Jesus.
Mm-hmm. So look at this body that's there, this severing of your head. How does it affect your spirit?
It's just frustration. They just don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I want you to notice if any part of your soul has been left with that body since it's been severed.
I don't feel like it.
Mm-hmm. So I want you, since you are in your light, in the light, I'd like for you to send light to that body and just sense the head coming together once again. Feel the energetics. And tell me how it feels once that head comes back on.
It feels numb,
Mm-hmm.
ready to be done.
Very good. So as you're looking at this lifetime, as you now have met with Jesus, what is the purpose of having lived through so much?
to get the word out,
Mm-hmm.
to help people understand who Jesus was,
Mm-hmm.
why he was here to save all of us.
Mm-hmm. So as you are with Jesus now, I'd like for you to see all of those souls that you killed. Are any of them in the dark still?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'd like for you to talk to them. Ask for their forgiveness.
I'm so sorry.
And send them love. Tell me what happens.
I'm so sorry for what I did.
Notice what happens to them.
They're lighting up.
Mm-hmm. Send more love. And notice how, as you send love and release those souls, how it affects your own.
To release.
Mm-hmm. Do you recognize any of those souls that you've released?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're forgiving me. They're hugging me.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And as you look at the life now of Sheldon, how did this lifetime affect him? He seemed to be very confused in college days. How has this scene, this whole thing with that lifetime affected him now?
Just need to understand that it's all going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
So has any of this affected his clairs?
yes.
Mm-hmm. How so?
Doesn't want to use them.
Mm-hmm. What does he tell himself on the spiritual level, subconscious level, about these clairs and why he doesn't want to use them?
Doesn't need them.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Just needs to let things happen. He's being guided.
He's being guided. Very good. Now, this lifetime that he just lived, he seemed to have been in the desert.
Yes.
And the desert has a lot of sand. I want you to notice if any of that sand has gotten caught up in his body, representing itself as kidney stones.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Why does he need to be reminded of all this sand?
The suffering. The
Mm-hmm.
suffering he caused.
Mm-hmm. Now that he understands that he caused all this suffering and he's asked for forgiveness and sent love, does he need this sand any longer in his kidneys?
No.
No. So I'd like for you to find the origin of where the sand is coming in from. Notice where he keeps all this sand.
side.
Mm-hmm. What does it look like?
It's a dark bag
Mm-hmm.
on his right side.
Good. So as you look at this dark bag, where is it coming from? What's holding it there? Did he put it there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Does he need that?
No.
No. So I want you to go in there and I want you to pull out that bag. Notice how it's being held in.
It's just energy.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and pull it
There's
out.
energy cords around it.
And I want you to use your hand and begin to pull out that energy. And when you pull it out, shake it out. You don't need that energy any longer. Tell me when it's all out. You don't need that sand. And notice what's left once you pull it all out.
There's just a hole there now.
Mm-hmm. So once you have a hole there, we need to replace what is in there. We need to fill that hole with something. What would you like to fill it with? You could fill it with beauty. You could fill it with love. You could fill it with colors that represent something for you. What would that
It's
be?
violet.
Beautiful. So I'm going to strike my tuning fork now. And I want you to just imagine that violet going in there and just filling that space. Allow it to flow. Nurturing the space. Healing the space. Very good. How does that feel?
Amazing.
Wonderful. So now that we have that, let's focus on something that happened to Sheldon when he was awake or in a state just between. I want you to go back to that time when you received the visitors from the multidimensional world. As I count from 5 to 1, I want you to see yourself back in that moment in time. And I want you to tell me what happens. Take a deep breath now as we travel. 5, going back to that moment in time, right before you said that they're finally here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're there now. What's happening? Notice where you are.
Looking out a window.
Mm-hmm. And you'll be able to see much more than you did before.
There's a bright light in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Many lights.
What color are these lights?
Just white lights.
Mm-hmm.
Some green too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I've been waiting for these lights for way too long, it feels like.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to notice how this excitement is affecting your body physically.
I'm tired. I wanted to sleep.
Mm-hmm. What happens next? Follow the tiredness.
I lay down, go to
Mm-hmm.
bed.
Mm-hmm. So let's follow what happens to your spirit as the body is sleeping. What happens next?
I go outside.
Mm-hmm.
I go up to the ship.
Mm-hmm. Describe it for me. Look around.
It's a huge ship.
Yes.
There's many beings on it.
Mm-hmm. Do they look like you?
My human form? No.
Mm-hmm. What do you look like there?
Me, I feel like I'm more of a soul or a
Mm-hmm.
spirit.
Yes.
They seem more solid.
Mm-hmm.
They see me though.
Yes. What do they look like?
Green.
Mm-hmm.
They're very happy.
Yes. Are they humanoid?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not as many fingers though.
Yes. What else do you notice about them?
Tall, very tall.
Yes.
Big heads. Not super big, but they talk with their minds.
Mm-hmm. So you'll be able to talk with your mind too, even sharper now. Why are they so happy to see you?
They had to fight their way to me.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
There's some kind of a battle going on. They
Mm-hmm.
they were able to finally break through
Where is this battle?
in space. There's a battle for Earth.
Mm-hmm. Who is battling for Earth?
There's many that are trying to help us,
Mm-hmm.
and many that are not. Or at least give us a fighting chance. They've
So, mm-hmm.
finally broken through and starting to win the battle.
Yes. And what role do you play in this battle?
I'm fighting from the inside out.
How do you do that?
I help clear attachments and help people understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Is this a mission that you chose to do?
No, I didn't choose this mission. It was chosen for me.
Mm-hmm. Let's find out more about that. Allow them to take you to who is the one that chose this mission.
His father,
Mm-hmm.
he asked us to step in and help this planet
Mm-hmm.
to see
So,
what we could do.
yes. So these that are on the ship, are they part of your team?
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about that.
I I know them. I've worked with them. I wouldn't say I'm teammates with them. I don't really feel like I'm teammates with any of
Mm-hmm.
them per se.
Yes.
I'm more I was merged with Father as a soul. He asked me to come back out.
Were there any lessons that you needed to learn while you were on planet Earth?
No, this is
Mm-hmm.
this is all just helping
Yes.
and fighting.
So what is it that you're fighting for?
We're fighting for the planet to help Mother Gaia get the ascension.
Yes. Can you tell
Help.
me about this ascension?
She's the last planet in this universe that hasn't ascended.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been trying so hard. The people just don't understand. They're enslaved and they don't even know it.
In what manner are the people on Gaia enslaved?
They're being led astray. They don't need to feel this fear, the fear of dying, the fear of being hurt. There's so much fear in this world. They're so far away from Father. They just
So what is the message that you bring to Earth, to Gaia, with this ascension?
it's not scary to die. There's nothing to fear. Live your life. Live your life. Don't worry about what's going on 500 miles away, 5,000 miles away. You're here to be you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't control anybody else but you. Don't try to control somebody else.
Now, are you the only one giving this message?
No.
There seems to have been others doing this mission here also.
Yes, we're all over. I came down with 12.
Mm-hmm.
We're spread out all over the world, but there's many, many, many more.
Mm-hmm. These 12, are they ones that the personality of Sheldon would know?
If you saw them,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not his goal to meet them.
Okay.
It's, they're all separated out and there's areas that they need to work on to protect the portals.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about those portals. What is Sheldon doing with these portals?
It's just opening portals in areas that need more help,
Mm-hmm.
areas we need to bring in more light and close out any that are bringing in the archons or anything from the dark,
Mm-hmm.
just to try to help these people. I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me, um, as far as dark and light, but Mother G is suffering so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think they both have their place, but Father asked me to help. So I
Okay.
agreed.
Good. Now, it seems that Sheldon is doing this in his sleep time, is it not? Or does he do it
Most
also?
Mostly.
Mm-hmm. So he suffers from something called sleep apnea, in which he falls asleep. He doesn't, he kind of stops breathing for a while. What is the reason why this is happening?
He just travels too far away
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't always make it back.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't When you get too far away from the body, the body, you don't necessarily lose the connection, but your connection's too weak.
Mm-hmm. Now, is this jeopardizing his body in any way?
No, no, no.
No. Okay, very good. But he does tell me that he has a metallic taste in his mouth when he meditates or he does any of this work. What is causing this?
Yeah, it's dimensional shifts.
Mm-hmm.
I I I go up many dimensions at night,
Mm-hmm.
and when he meditates, sometimes we go up quite a few,
Mm-hmm.
and coming back down when you're at a higher dimension, that taste can linger.
Mm-hmm. So what happens in other dimensions?
Uh, it's it's very peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
I go up there to, I guess, regenerate and figure out what needs to be done next, or if there's anything that needs to be done next, or how everything seems to be working out.
Mm-hmm.
I deal with Metatron quite a bit,
Yes. What is
and he
Metatron's role in Sheldon's life?
just guidance.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of our leaders, with God, and he, gives us direction if we need to do something, go somewhere,
Yes.
and um, I enjoy working with him. Most people don't, so I got put to this task.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's a very serious person and or angel, and
Mm-hmm.
he's he wants to get the job done, which
Mm-hmm.
is what I do too.
He's on task.
Yes, very
No
much
no
so.
fluffy stuff with him.
No, you don't joke around.
Mm-hmm. Who else does he work with?
Uh, Michael, Archangel Michael,
Mm-hmm.
Archangel Uriel, Gabriel, um, area, Aria. Sorry,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, Cam. I can't say his name. Camizel.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably most of them.
Okay, very good. So when this soul is united with these archangels, what do they do together?
Uh, Usually we're strategizing or helping clear out any areas that need to be cleared out. If there's a strong reptilian consciousness, um, we'll go in and try to convince them it's time to go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just try to help clean up some of the planet.
Mm-hmm. So since this has been happening, what are the changes that this soul has seen since he's incarnated here? How has he
Not not
affected Gaia?
not enough,
Not
unfortunately, but
enough.
it's getting there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Gaia. I think it's enough for Gaia to ascend, but they're they're just they try so hard with this pandemic and their control of the media and the fear.
Mm-hmm. Can you speak to me a little bit about how that is affecting the souls on Earth?
There's just so much fear.
Mm-hmm. What is the fear doing to them?
It deteriorates your soul. It locks you down into a low dimension, a 3D. It The fear is, just the opposite of love, and it just, it doesn't. You can't move. Your bodies aren't in good shape. The soul is downtrodden. It is very, very hard to uh, raise somebody up. There's so much illness caused by it.
Caused by the fear?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, what advice do you give those who are in fear?
to embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
Embrace it and understand it and let it go. Transmute it.
Mm-hmm.
You're fearing something you can't control,
Yes.
and it's not worth your time.
Mm-hmm. So this fear that the humans all around the globe are feeling regarding this, is that stopping Mother Gaia from ascending?
Yes. This
Okay.
is the last stand.
It's the last stand. So this is something to stop Gaia from ascending.
Yes.
Hmm. Why would forces want Gaia not to ascend?
Because if we ascend, they can't stay. They have to go.
Mm, I see.
And they want to stay here and keep control. They feed off that fear.
Hmm.
They need it.
Yes.
And they can't survive without it. So if they can keep souls trapped here on Gaia and use them to feed off of, they will.
Hmm. Do you have, do you foresee any type of split between those who choose love over fear?
Oh yeah, yeah. There will.
Hmm.
There. Unfortunately, and it's not. It's not a bad thing. If a soul wants to live in fear, then they can live in fear. That's their prerogative. But unfortunately, this planet is not going to be able to adapt to that when it moves up to 5D. So those
Hmm.
souls are going to be leaving.
Okay. Will there be any physical changes to Gaia when she ascends or before?
Yeah, there'll be
Hmm.
many,
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about these changes? What do we expect?
many. As far as lands will change,
Hmm.
oceans will change. Um, it'll there'll be some devastation, destruction
Hmm.
in certain areas.
So, how do we prepare for all of this shifting of lands and oceans and devastation? How does a human prepare for that?
I guess you need to listen to your soul, listen, meditate, listen to where it's safe to be,
Mm-hmm.
and figure out if that's someplace you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's all internal. Everything is internal. Nothing you do should be at the direction of somebody outside you.
Mm-hmm.
You should be listening to yourself, listen to your soul, listen to your guides. They'll give you direction.
Very good. Now, one of the questions that Sheldon had was about the clairs. Does the clair have anything to do with that internal knowing? Or is that something that he's just expecting more of?
Yeah, it's just an expectation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a it's a want rather than a need, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting information when he needs it,
Okay.
and you know he doesn't he doesn't need anything more than what he's getting right now.
Mm-hmm.
um he's troubled with deciding what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
um if he wants to, he loves the spiritual side of things, but he doesn't like the neediness of people wanting direction, wanting to know, is this my soulmate, is this, and he doesn't like that kind of stuff. That's stuff that should be an internal thing that you should be able to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's giving people a a out, I guess you could say, as far as, instead of going internal and figuring things out on their own, they're asking somebody for help. And what I say to that is nobody can predict your future, not
Mm-hmm.
even the other side.
Yes.
you have a general path, but as far as your boyfriend or what job you should take, whether you're going to get that job, that's nobody controls that but
Mm-hmm.
you can only control that, and you can only listen to yourself and trust in yourself. And it's it's something that I try to instill in people when I meet them or see them, and help them understand,
Mm-hmm.
and if they have an attachment of some sort, I he can feel that, and he usually can remove that if need be.
Mm-hmm.
But he he doesn't know he does it.
Yeah.
Usually, sometimes he'll get some side effects, but overall, typically he doesn't know what he does.
Mm-hmm.
But he
So where is that direction coming from when he's doing this? Who's
uh,
helping him?
I think it's his higher self and
Mm-hmm.
um, Archangel Uriel.
Mm-hmm.
He works with him. He's actually a fracture of Uriel.
Okay.
Um, so he works with that energy. Um, he kind of cracks up because sometimes he gets some glimpses of some things that happen in his dreams, and he sees he sees entities run when he walks into a room.
Mm-hmm.
uh, and it's we want him to not be afraid when he runs across these things, so that's what we try, because he had a hard time understanding energy and how to control, and how to not necessarily control it, but how to feel it, and how to protect himself. He was worried about himself being protected, so we tried to instill in him that he has no idea how protected he really is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good. So moving forward in life now that he understands what the mission is, has he been accomplishing what he came here to do?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, better than he even knows.
Good. And when he said the term, they're finally here, has have they finally come in?
Yeah, yeah, they're here in full force now.
Okay. So what do we expect in the future regarding all of our space visitors?
Slowly but surely they'll integrate.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start seeing, some people will see them,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be a very, very, very slow uh, visualization, I guess you'd say, of seeing these
Mm-hmm.
uh, different entities or multidimensionals that can come in and help us if we're willing to let them help us. But there's so much fear, so much not understanding, and so many movies about how bad aliens are, and
Mm-hmm.
it's going to take a long time for people to trust, and there's still going to be those that won't. So I don't see a huge integration by any means in this lifetime anyway.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. So I know that Sheldon came here primarily for the kidney issues. Tell me how the kidneys are looking now.
Kidneys look good.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we don't need that sand from that lifetime any longer.
No,
Good.
no, that
Is
was a
there?
huge lifetime for him,
Mm-hmm.
and it really, really rocked his world. I think when Jesus came in and showed him that lifetime.
Mm-hmm. And as he is doing his mission to make people change their beliefs in this lifetime, imagine how that affected him.
Yes,
Mm-hmm. Thinking he was going to be beheaded on a soul level.
yes, he's
Mm-hmm.
lived many lives, and not so good endings.
Mm-hmm.
He's he's been willing to stick his head out quite a bit and take a chance. And unfortunately, the ending wasn't so good, but he had done all that to learn what he needed to learn. And he was pretty content being back with Father.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So
So, knowing that he has stuck his head out many, many times, I'd like for you to just show him as if it was a big hologram around him, all of these different lifetimes that he's living, in which he is sticking his head out and suffering for it, and noticing if there's any trapped souls, parts of him that have not gone to the light, that have been trapped in that experience. I want you to look at all of that and see how many there are. And as you look now, I want you to now invite all of those souls that have been trapped in those experiences to reunite once again. Send them forgiveness, send them love. And tell me what's happening.
there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
So many powers and so many lives that people just don't understand.
Mm-hmm. So let's use a little bit of sound vibration now. And let's bring it up to the highest level as you're doing this work. Reunite all of those pieces. Send them home. Send them back to Father. What's happening?
It's just amazing.
Mm-hmm. And notice how that makes your own soul feel.
It's just so much more complete.
Beautiful. So now that all of those pieces of your soul have been reunited as one, is there anything else that we need to take care of today, or do you feel that we are complete with the session?
Um, he has a house that he keeps going to.
Mm-hmm. What is that house?
Seems that it's an old house.
Mm-hmm.
He sees it in his dreams. He seems to fight with another entity there.
Mm-hmm. Does he need to resolve something with that house now?
I think he does.
All right, so let's go there now. I'm going to count from 5 to 1. And now that his soul is completely intact, he'll have a lot more energy, a lot more power. 5, going back to that house now. 4, 3, 2, bringing all of the archangels with you. And 1, you're there now. What's happening?
There's people inside that they're frozen. It's old old house,
Mm-hmm.
Victorian.
Yes, who are these people?
I feel like they're captured. They're like being used.
Mm-hmm. Notice what they're being used for.
They're almost like zombies.
Mm-hmm. What is it about these souls? What is missing?
It's like their souls have been entrapped,
Mm-hmm.
and their bodies are being run by something else.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now we know that on this planet we have free will. Is this Earth?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Very good. But we still have free will. So I'd like for you to talk to these souls and remind them of who they are.
They don't. They don't even know it.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to tap into that.
It's like an attachment that's
Mm-hmm.
controlling them.
Okay. So I'd like for you to tap into that power from Father, from Source. And I'd like for you to go ahead and bring that power in through you and out to them. You could use your hands, your Reiki, to direct that light and begin filling those bodies with that light from Father. Tell me what happens. Mm-hmm.
Strong.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are running out of the house now.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Slowly releasing them.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm. Work on those first to release them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So now you could find.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Going through a shaft of some
Mm-hmm.
sort
Mm-hmm.
down into this basement area.
Yes.
There you are.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
It's a ancient being. Ancient, maybe a reptilian?
Mm-hmm.
Asking it to go to the light.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I want you to
refusing.
I want you to go ahead and remind them, because this reptilian was feeding off of the souls of these others because it needed power. And I want you to remind them that they have the direct connection, that that they're feeding from was not as good as feeding off of the light. So remind them that they have that light within them. They've just forgotten.
I'm giving them source light now.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Notice how it dawns.
getting brighter.
Mm-hmm. Send love and forgiveness into their heart.
They're getting lighter.
Mm-hmm.
They're leaving now.
Beautiful. So once it's done, I want you to clear that entire house of that energy. Go ahead and send the Reiki to that whole house. No longer trapped.
It's a huge house.
Mm-hmm. Make sure everything within that house receives this energy.
There.
Mm-hmm.
I put something on the doorway for anybody walking in as well.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. So now that this is finished, are we complete?
Yes, I think we
Very
are.
good. Very good. So before you go, I want you to look at your entire soul, your body, and notice if you have given away any of your energy in any of this.
No.
Very good. Notice if you have anyone else's energy that you're holding.
Just source.
Very good. So before we complete, who has been the one assisting today?
Archangel Uriel.
Very good. So I'd like to thank Uriel for all of the work that's been done here today. Wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back.
Yeah. That is weird.
How does your body feel?
Oh, I'm tingly all over. Just
Wow.
shaking. I got a little vibration going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you expect that?
It's just so weird how the words just go. It's like you just let it go and it goes. You don't you're right, you don't even think about it. It just happens.
Yep. Yep. So those lifetimes, do you remember the lifetimes?
I remember a little bit.
Okay. Well, you had said that when you listened to my recordings, you would kind of go to sleep. So what
Hmm.
happened in this experience?
Oh, I think I was awake for most of it. I remember the sand
Mm.
and that life. Um,
Did it make sense to you?
yeah,
Mm.
it completely made sense. And it's yeah. And then when you brought up all the lives at the end there, there's so many that flashed before me. And it's just like no wonder I didn't want to come back
Huh.
because you try so hard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it
But the message was basically don't fear. Don't
right.
fear.
Yes.
Don't fear death. Don't fear being harmed. Don't fear anything.
Yeah. And I don't think it was a not coming back because of fear. I think it was just frustration.
Yeah.
You just it's try so hard to help people understand and I know it's not my job, but it's just you do it because you want to help. And
Yeah.
it is. It's just you ended up, getting yourself in more trouble than you need to. And I think that's, with this life, I'm trying to lie low and not do as much because I don't want to get in that trouble again. you
but
know.
but now after seeing this, what do you feel?
Um, I don't feel as concerned about it, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
I'm if I gotta do it, I gotta do it. Whatever I need to do, if whatever is asked of me,
Yeah.
I think I can do it. I'm not gonna worry about
Well,
it.
you've got quite a few archangels that assist you, so
Yes, I
hmm
love them so much.
yeah,
They're here for me whenever I need them.
yeah.
And
And
that's
as you review this recording, you'll understand how other things make sense too. Your choice of not having a family this time
mhm.
was a big one.
Yeah,
Where do you feel that was that lifetime? Was it during World War II?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really felt like after that life it was enough.
Yeah, yeah.
And
You
I,
needed a break.
yeah, yeah. And I think that's why I merged with Father.
Yeah, yeah. That's wonderful. So this was quite a session
Yeah,
for someone who's never been hypnotized before.
yeah. Was it hard? I don't even know. Was it hard for you?
It wasn't hard for me.
Because I usually have a mind. I mean, I can control my mind and slow it down,
You
but
did great.
sometimes I can get it going too.
Yeah. I kind of weave my way through.
Yeah,
When you least expect it, I'm coming up with something that you don't expect. What about the tuning forks? How did that affect you?
I love tuning forks. I, when when I get a massage once in a while, I ask her to do tuning forks at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Um, and I think I just read a book on it, on how now they can actually use tuning forks to find your troubled spots in your body.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
as your body lets out a different tone or something in different parts of your body.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed by all of that tech, how we're figuring all that out now.
Well, you could have a tuning fork for each organ in your body too.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, each one vibrates. Each organ vibrates at a different frequency.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did great.
Good.
So Sheldon, is this something that you want to share with others, or you want to keep it private? What do you think?
If you think it's worth sharing.
That was amazing stories, and we talked a lot about the ascension of Gaia's ascension. Do
I
you
don't,
remember that at
no,
all?
I don't remember much of that now.
Yeah, yeah, we did. We talked about the ascension and what was going on, and about not fearing.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
I was stuck on Jesus.
mm, yeah,
You just can't get that image out of your mind, that feeling that he gives you.
yeah.
But
What part was he in?
when in the desert in the sand,
Desert. Yeah,
he just showed up.
it's beautiful. So I'm going to since we're putting this out there, I'm going to tell everybody that if you want a session with me, just go to my website, albaweinman.com, sign up for my mailing list. And once a month, I send out a newsletter with dates of my next month's appointment. And Sheldon, that's how you got a session with me.
Yep.
How long have you been waiting for this session?
It's probably, I don't know, 5 years. Seriously, probably the last year and a half.
Okay.
And it was funny how it happened. It just literally Sunday morning, I sat down at my computer, and just as my computer booted up, the email popped up in
There
front of
it
me.
goes. There it goes. So
So,
this is all about divine timing.
yep.
Everything happens with divine timing. So this is the perfect time for you, Sheldon, to have this session, I would assume,
Yep.
because of what's happening in your life and the people in it and everything. So
Yeah.
great. So
Completely.
I hope I get to see all of you in a future meeting or a hypnosis session. So just sign up, and until the next time, I hope you enjoyed this video. Much love to you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.